That's a really good question, and if I had done some more research, I would have that answer.
Great slider.
I'm Phil. I'm Nilden.
Big slider.
I'm Raz.
I'm gonna bust his ass.
I'm Brandon.
Slide jobs by the dozen out here.
Hello, this is Thomas.
Here. Pisser.
I'm John.
Sit down the back straightaway for the final time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
This is Dirty Sliders Podcast. Let's feed them the right rear.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dirty Sliders Podcast. Draz is over there choking on a dick, it looks like. Glad everybody made it back with us. Welcome back. It's going to be a spicy night, as you can already tell. You should have seen some of the off-video comments going on. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a little bit on the dirt. We got a little bit on NASCAR. We got a little bit on F1. Then we got Brandon over there. We have no clue what the fuck he's going to talk about today. But hey, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw it to the bald guy, the old guy, the one, the only, the famous Razzmatazz Eustace Barlow III.
Hey, you got it right.
Jesus.
Somebody's been announcing recently.
Yesterday.
So I'm going to dive right into it. Jonathan Davenport hit a milestone this past weekend. He won 3 out of the 4 nights of racing for Lucas Oil. And in doing so, tied Scott Bloomquist for total Lucas Oil wins. Now, before we get into this, someone's going to say, oh, they're counting these split feature wins for Davenport. It's not the same. You're right. It's not the same. But a total's a total, and he has tied Bloomquist. So, and then Billy Moyer's right there, too. So that brings up the LeBron Michael Jordan comparison. Who's the GOAT? Class is in session. Phil, you got a question?
For the ignorant one in the room, me, what is that number?
That's a really good question. And if I had done some more research, I would have that answer.
Oh, no! Swing and a miss.
There goes Phil fucking throwing people under the bus.
Let me look it up.
All right. So while he's looking that up,
Well,
he's
Lucas
looking
had
it
600 complete.
I
What?
was just gonna say is that's still. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. To match Bloomquist on wins. That guy was awesome, man.
Well,
Yeah, 600 total Bloomquist had over everything.
what I was going to say was the way Jonathan Davenport kind of had a couple not so good finishes to rattle off. What did you say? 3 in a row or 4 out of the 3 out of the 4?
3 out of the 4 race nights.
I mean, shit. On any given night, it's hard to win a Lucas Oil 8 model race, and to win 3 of the 4 is pretty damn good.
Yeah, he could have done 25% better.
Could have, but he did 75% better than any of us.
I think you need to work on your numbers there, bud.
Me?
75% better?
No,
Three,
I said he
what,
could have
3? That's 75.
I said he could have done 25% better, which would give 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, you must be a Snap-on dealer because your math sucks.
$50 a week is $50 a week.
And you're on your knees a lot for that 50.
So, how many total wins do they have outside of Lucas Oil? Because I know, obviously, they race.
Yeah, that number's not jumping, but I did say it incorrectly. He did not tie Bloomquist. He passed him by 1 race. He obviously at some point he tied him over this weekend, but I'm going to keep looking.
Well, that's just for Lucas Oil, right? I mean,
Well, we know it's some. If Scott did 600, we know it's over 600.
Yeah.
well, that was
Well,
Bloomquist
that's
600 wins
total.
was just for Lucas Oil, or was that just total overall? And he just passed him in Lucas Oil, not in the overall total of wins, right?
Lucas all-time wins. Hang on.
So
Scott had 600 total wins.
Oh, yeah. Over his whole career?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Which
how
is
many
not an
wins
easy
does
thing to do for
Davenport have?
anybody.
Okay. So the number for Lucas Oil is nowhere near that.
Okay, here we go.
Bloomquist had 94. Davenport has 96.
Okay.
So I think the GOAT conversation is a little bit premature. Come see me when you got about 500 more wins.
Well, how many wins does he have overall total for everything? I mean, every
GTS.
yeah,
that's a hard number to find because there's so many series that aren't even
Right.
around anymore.
Right.
Remember Have Tampa late models?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So I think Davenport's a great racer. He's probably the best there is right now. But I won't put him in the GOAT conversation with Bloomquist. Not yet.
No, he's got some
Not there
time
yet
to get there.
All right.
But hey, we can make it some great clickbait and put it on the thumbnail.
Some. All right, so
High Limit's about to start up on Thursday in Vegas. Neilden knows a thing or two about High Limit. Why don't we talk about that?
So yeah, starting on Thursday, they're going to kick off their season, and there's this one little guy. He's going to try to go and defend his championship. Oh, who is this? Oh, who
It's a
was
little
that
guy,
won in
Rico?
2025? Oh, that's right, Rico Abreu won 2025 High Limit Series
Here
with
we
his
go
own
on
team.
his nuts.
And the off season, if y'all haven't listened at all, he teamed up with Tony Stewart Racing to race their car. And they just had some errors with their marketing department, and some things got released early, some things didn't get released early. Tony said he's gonna do what he wants, and he has a badass paint job on the number CarQuest 24. So this thing it's white, red, white, and blue, running the Abreu Farms on the back, CarQuest all over it. Going to be going in to defend his championship against the likes of the best of them. Fleet's not running a full season this year.
That video
that's
short where Rico's turning the light switch on and off and it's revealing the paint scheme was pretty funny.
That was hilarious. Even better was watching the outtakes of how many times he had to try to do that. That was really entertaining. But yeah, we're at Las Vegas for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then they go out to Central the next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then Vado on a Tuesday. And then all the way back out to Route 66 by Friday. So looking at their schedule, it's a lot of driving, getting back and forth. So, I mean, it goes back to high limit, being an outlaw and chasing that pot. You had to drive to do it. So they get a few nights in a row with Vegas, Central, and then it's off to the races of jumping track to track to track. So, I mean, end of April's when they have the next 2-day show.
At Golden Isle for the Outlaws race, they only had 4 high limit drivers show up. Guess they're going like, hey, we're gonna save it for our season.
Well, I'm not gonna tear my shit up right before my season starts.
Yeah.
If I'm like Chase Briscoe and I'm mathematically almost have no chance to win the championship, okay, that changes things. But right now, we haven't raced race 1. I am going to be the 26th champion. That's the attitude you got to have going in to your first race.
True.
This is my year. I'm going to be the champion. So, yeah, I don't blame any of those guys for not going and tearing their shit up ahead of time.
What driver not named Abreu are you picking?
Why do I have to do something stupid like that?
Hey, so Rico, if when you listen to this, we just want you to know, Neilden wants to marry you and have your babies.
No. He's married happily.
With kids?
Neilden still wants to marry you, Rico.
No kids yet. He's happily married. Him and his longtime
and Rico,
girlfriend, fiance.
If your nuts are sores because Neilden's been swinging off of him like.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it. The guy can drive.
He announced on his social media that he's selling the little mini wing panels Autograph for $36. Get them while they last.
Neil didn't
So
order
who's sending me one?
Neilton's already ordered one.
Hey, I'll trade you that for the 3D print. There you go.
Hey, it works for me.
I'll
Send
order
it.
you one.
As soon as you send it, I'll get working on it.
Yeah.
But no,
You better get working on it sooner than that, as long as it's going to take you.
yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to figure this out. So if I'm gonna pick a top three for this year, um, not including Rico. I mean, we know Brad is gonna be semi-retired. I expect to see him in a few races this year, just doing what he wants to do, not what he has to do. Tanner Thorson, I think, has a really good chance. They coming through and putting on a good show this year. And where was the other one? Oh, Giovanni.
I'm going to go with Dazen personally.
Good choice.
He's in a bad fast car, and that kid's really coming into his own.
Mm-hmm. Now the question is, I mean, the other thing we can do is who do you think's going to have the most wins? Because Rico had 13 last year. And that changes the whole dynamic because Rico's going to go for the full season again, taking every race, but the guys that are going to show up on Monday night just to go for wins. Because that's what Larson does. Midweek Monday night. You know, he'll show up on a Wednesday or Thursday to race, but he's got to go do his real job, driving that other race car, you know, the rest of the nights.
The slow one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
The one that takes half a night.
Did I hear you right? Rico's not running the full season?
Rico is running the full season.
Okay.
But remember last year they had basically two championships. They had the overall champion, and they had like the midweek champion.
Yeah.
For the guys that are able to come in and not do the whole series.
In other sprint car news, Donny Schatz won a race, breaking a long winless streak.
It's been a minute.
That would be the guy that Rico Abreu replaced in the Tony Stewart ride.
Mm-hmm.
Good on him. It's been a minute, and I was talking shit about old Donny Schatz. And good on the guy getting a dub.
I think Schatz can still get it done, but what I don't think is he can consistently do it throughout a season. I don't think he's going to be a contender for the championship in Outlaws. I think the game has passed him by. I'm not saying he's too old. I'm just thinking that I think the game has changed enough with, you know, driving styles and shock setups, and he just doesn't have a feel. Just like Jimmy Johnson doesn't have a feel in NASCAR, and Kyle Busch doesn't have a feel in NASCAR. The game has changed. And evidently Jimmy Johnson doesn't have a feel for off-road trucks either.
He went turtle in qualifying. I never looked to see how he finished. Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, I didn't see how he finished either. I did see a clip of Robbie Gordon doing Robbie Gordon things when he went by this photographer at just literally on the rev limiter, just
Mock Jesus, huh?
yeah. You don't need a throttle in a Robbie Gordon truck. You need an on-off switch.
Mm-hmm. Win or blow.
Yep.
Or wreck.
Or cheat, according to most of his competitors. He cut the course.
Uh-huh. And you think everyone is staying on the defined track? No, that's a suggestion.
Hey,
I was just going to say is there's a lot of guys that are not running the defined course.
Yeah, those aren't my tire trucks. Even though they're a one-off Toyo tire tread pattern that was built only for me, those couldn't possibly be my tire tracks.
No,
They were on the chase
no.
truck. They were on the chase truck.
Anyway, we'll quit.
Anyway.
Shit. That's what a 5 or 6 year old controversy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. They finished 12th overall.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
11th place loser.
Hasn't driven an off-road truck in what, 20 years?
At least. I mean, he was sharing duties with Troy Herbst, which Herbst has been in it forever. But I mean, you had to come out 12th. You have to make the laps and not destroy the truck. And
I mean, the Mint is notoriously hard on equipment too.
And a spec truck won the overall. So limited motor, open suspension, beat a Mason all-wheel drive.
So
Multiple
is
Mason
that
all-wheel
the
drives.
is that the what is that, the Spec Trophy truck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's 525, basically LS 525. I think Turbo 400, and then I think they went up to 40s, and you're basically open on suspension.
Yeah, it's well the thing with off road is, and I've always said this, you put together, you don't have to have Mondo horsepower in off road. You have to have a working suspension, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have to have a piece of equipment that's going to stay together.
Mm-hmm.
If you and the other thing is getting a flat tire. One flat tire can be the difference between first and second
Mm-hmm.
on the race course. I mean, so there is a thing about luck and actually holding back and running 80% versus just Robbie Gordon it through the whole thing. And again, it's not unknown. I am not a Robbie Gordon fan, but I'm also not going to take it away from him. The guy can freaking drive off road vehicles. Dude can drive. He's a good driver, but he's also that guy that he puts his foot through the firewall, through the radiator, and he is hard on equipment. But
Yeah, I think part of it also is you don't have your big name score guys racing them in because
Right.
the San Felipe 250 is kicking off the end of this month. So you're not going to take your whole off-season prep and basically test it at the Mint.
No.
I mean, the Herps are going to do it because they have extra trucks.
Right. I was going to say the Herps can do it. McMillan can do it. A lot of those guys.
McMillan's only got the one truck now. He sold the rest.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
Well, I mean, Dan has his. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, they could bring a.
They could bring an old truck out. They
Mm-hmm.
could bring an old truck out and play. I mean, when Alan was putting Harry together, we could have, if we had Harry and Attila, could have picked one or the other and gone and run it because, Harry was good on certain courses and Attila was way better on other courses. But, if you're a one truck team, you're not gonna run the Mint to then try and do a turnaround and get to
not if you're going to run score also.
Right.
So back to the dirt, the other dirt, the regular dirt.
Before we go off the dirt, I want to give a shout out to Barona Dwarf drivers because they just dominated El Centro. Robert Peters won one night. Tobias won another night. Didn't I see David Taft won another one? So top of the heap.
Good job.
Everywhere.
Good job.
It was I was kind of digging through there a little bit. I seen Dewey Myers ran third one of those nights. It said Shelly Myers was racing one of his old car. It looked like.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah, good on him. Congratulations, boys.
CJ Marin, shout out to him. He had a good night. The first night till something internal on the motor went bad.
Yeah, he said he got a box full of neutrals, and it was not a clutch. It was something else.
And he made the fast dash first night. He was running pretty good in that thing.
Yeah.
Broke a gear?
He had no gears at all working. So I would think he probably broke an input shaft or something like that.
Broke an input shaft. Broke what's that fork? The fork. Something. Yeah. You know whose problem it's not? It's not my problem.
Well, whatever he broke, it was pretty important.
Yeah. He lost all forward momentum. All right.
It feels a dick sometimes.
What was it? Do what?
I mean, if you got ears, you got ears.
What was I being a dick about there on that one?
Oh my goodness. Anyway.
CJ's a good guy.
No, I'm not. No, that wasn't.
Captain
That wasn't
of
against
the fire department. He volunteered.
CJ, if you're listening to this, that was not directed at you. My all right was not directed at you. It's like it's like trying to diagnose something without seeing it. I'm like, all right, something broke. He lost forward momentum. He'll get it fixed. He'll get out there and win. I'm not being a dick.
That's why you turning red.
He's probably the only guy watching this podcast right now.
CJ, it's not directed at you. you guys know if I wanted to be a dick, there were names
tell me.
mentioned in there. I could be a dick. There were names mentioned in there. I could be a dick, but I was very nice.
Anywho, yeah, Phil's a known Dewey Myers hater.
I am not a known Dewey Myers hater.
Yeah, he is. It was always behind closed doors.
Dewey, I don't hate you either.
I found that
Ah,
stick
Phil,
to
so who
poke.
was it? Was
Huh?
it Michael Tobias in it, or what's the deal?
No,
here?
Michael and I get along.
Anyway,
Anyways,
anybody else got anything dirt track related before we give Phil a stiffy and go to F1?
Barona
Raz?
season starts on Saturday.
Yeah, Barona starts up on Saturday. We'll be hearing.
I won't be there,
reports on that.
Brandon. I'm sorry.
Well, fuck you.
I know.
Wow.
Have you been cleared to drive yet, Brandon?
No. Is
No,
my
that's why
car
I was going to be there
almost ready?
Saturday.
Yes, we got two more nights after work to go up there and finish it up, and it'll be ready.
But
Just
you're
gotta
not
find
ready.
a driver. I was gonna have Neilton drive it, but he's too scared.
Oh, it ain't scared.
It sounds like you got to
Timing's
work.
off.
Yeah.
There's more races.
Timing's off for this
season.
race. Next race, I think I'm open. Let me look at the calendar. That's going to be
We got monster trucks, and then we got a race, so we got like a month off, almost.
Oh.
Whatever it is, he surely does. It does not want to. He doesn't care enough about it to drive. Or he would move his schedule around. Clearly.
the.
All right. F1 opened up their season in Australia.
They did.
With a bang, literally in warm.
Yes, they did.
On the way to the grid.
So Raz, mute Neilden's mic, please.
We'll see.
So
if
is that your-
video?
He won't be. Hey, you were throwing that to me, right?
Yes, sir.
Nope, it was
All
to
right.
me.
All right, so start off with
This awesome thing happened.
Australia. Australia is good opening for F1. The guys are trying to figure this out. There's some stuff going on with these new F1 cars. McLaren is not performing as one would expect a championship team to perform. I'm trying to pick my words.
I
Kindly.
mean, Phil, you should be happy, though. You were the only F1 fan in here. And then
I
I got
am.
on the bandwagon. So now we
I'm
can fight
very
about
happy.
being fans.
All right, no, we can't fight about being fans because just we're fans. But though this new hybrid system they've got in the F1 cars, the electric side gives 50% of the performance, and the internal combustion motor gives 50% of the performance. And what Raz referred to is Oscar Piastri came out on the reconnaissance lap, come out of the pits, and he started rolling in the throttle, and all of a sudden that car just snapped loose, and he plugged the wall and
Piled that
destroyed.
bitch in.
Well, here's what happened. One of the unpredictables with that hybrid system, because it's 50%, is it will spike, and that's exactly what happened. And it's a uncontrollable, unknown spike of power.
So it's got a drivability issue.
Well, you like if they go a 10th throttle, one time it might only put down. I'm just going to pick a number. I don't know what it'd be. It might put down
20
100
kilowatts.
or 20 kilowatts. The next time it might go full 100% kilowatts, and that's what happened. Is when he rolled into the throttle on cold tires, and it spiked, over torqued the rear tires and spun him around and stuffed him in the wall. And it's like,
Leroy Jenkins.
yeah, he
Damn it,
tore that
boy.
car to pieces. And then in qualifying, old Maxi Poo didn't he didn't even get a time in. He stuffed it, and there's rumor out there saying that He may have done it intentionally. I don't know, because here's the thing: is I watch what's going on, and if he was going to stuff it intentionally, and Max, if you watch this, I'm not saying you did. Don't sue me. Don't sue me.
Let's get a little comment going.
But why
he
would
did-
you?
Please, God,
If he
let Max
did-
Verstappen watch our podcast.
If he did, then he was holding the steering wheel when he went in, and it looks like when he got out, his wrists were hurting. I'm gonna say he didn't do it intentionally, because one, I don't believe he would. He's a consummate professional. Two, if you're gonna stuff it intentionally and you're gonna put the front end into the barrier, you're gonna take your hands off the steering wheel. Yes, Mr. Brandon.
What would be the benefit of stuffing it intentionally?
The rumor
So it doesn't look like a fool because it's slow.
No, the rumor is that for whatever reason, trying to sabotage the Red Bull Racing team, and I don't believe that. I do not believe that. These are rumors. I've not done any research to find out where it's come from.
So
But if
Breaking
you're
News
driving
still
for them,
announces.
why would you intentionally sabotage the team you're racing for?
Contract dispute.
I don't know. Contract dispute, like Raj said, contract dispute. But now let's get on to the start. Okay, I'm gonna call it. Australia was a shit show. I feel as though it was a shit show. The guys, I can't remember who it was, but Colapinto almost ran over the back end of one of the, I think it was one of the Racing Bull cars. Couldn't get off the line. They got to get their turbos spooled up, and then if their batteries are not up, they can't get the jump off the line. Max, his battery, when he got to the line, Max's battery was depleted, so he didn't get a jump off the line. Then the racing is the overtake is so crazy with the battery, and then they'll be going down the straightaway and they'll lose 60 kilometers per hour because the battery runs out. It's like they go zzz and woo, and it's just.
Mhm.
I don't think it was a good show. I think F1 really needs to fine tune it. The drivers are complaining because they're like, yeah, it's we're not able to run the cars on the ragged edge because we have to manage the battery. So
Well,
either they've got to come up with a better battery system or something.
I think that race proved that passing does not equal a good race, because there was a shit ton of passing.
There was a shit ton of passing, but it was cheap. It's just like when NASCAR did that, where two of those cars of tomorrow would hook up and just take off forever. They were fast, but it sucked. It wasn't good racing, and I don't think Australia was a good race. I don't think it was good racing. I will say this: in the current configuration, Mercedes and Ferrari have got it figured out, and there are quite a few teams that are sucking ass.
Yeah, I mean they would make the pass, and then it was like it's not going to stick. The other guy's going to come right around him, and they would swap positions from corner to corner.
Yep. It's almost like teams, like team orders. Except they weren't teammates.
I will give a shout out to Cadillac. They did look good for first race out. Now,
they did.
They were not up front.
Bottas broke though, didn't he? Bottas's car broke. Red Bull blew a motor. Hadjar blew a motor. Aston Martin showed up knowing that they were not going to make the whole race. They had already planned on not making the whole race. They knew they were going to retire those cars from the get-go.
Haas finished top 5, didn't they?
Yep. Haas finished top 5. Racing Bulls was in the points. Aston Martin, neither one of those cars finished. One of the Checo finished with Cadillac. Checo finished like 16th, 15th, 14th, somewhere in there. Who else? I mean, it's everything's all new. They got a new power plants. They got narrower, shorter cars. They're going to have to get it figured out, though, because the one thing the drivers are saying is the style of racing it's produced right now. The drivers are saying that they can see it creating a situation where there's going to be a big wreck, and I can see it, especially especially if what McLaren come out and said with that hybrid system spiking power to the rear tires, that the drivers can't. And let's go this route. I mean, Red Bull's playing it really tight to the vest. Is looking at what happened with Max. Max was on a warm up lap when he wrecked. Max was not on a push lap when he wrecked.
Yeah, he never got a qualifying time, did he?
No, and he was not on his push lap for that. He was from what they said, he was on his out lap, series of out lap, and he ended up wrecking. So, was there a spike in power?
No more Danica.
Definitely could have been.
No more Danica Patrick as an F1 announcer.
Nope, because Apple didn't want her.
A moment of silence.
And so moving on to other news. Juan Pablo was on there, so that was interesting.
Juan Pablo.
Nobody asked about jet drivers. Nobody asked about a jet driver again. I'm ashamed.
No. Juan Pablo has been with F1 TV for a couple of years. No, he was there last year, and he did a partial year before.
He's a decent commentator. He knows what he's talking about, for sure.
No, I'm going to say that as listening to him, when he's talking about stuff with the F1 cars, he explains it in a way that somebody who doesn't know anything about racing could understand.
Well, and the thing I appreciate about Juan Pablo is it doesn't get into, well, when I was racing, it was X, Y, or Z, which is one of Danica's faults.
Right.
Everything got related back to how she raced. Mm-hmm. Well, she never raced F1. The closest she ever did was IRL. Anyway, I have my own opinion there. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Oh, but that's Mercedes 1 and 2, Ferrari 3 and 4, and it was good to see Hamilton getting out of the car happy. Last year, I don't think there was any time he got out of the car happy. But he got out of the car on Saturday night happy. He was like, he was like pretty good. He said he had 2 more laps and he would have beat Leclerc. Like, well,
he finished off the podium, but he was competitive for sure.
Oh, he was catching. He was catching Leclerc. I will say this much: is Ferrari is still making mistakes with their strategy. When the first VSC came out and they didn't pit, they made a mistake. Then when the second one came out and they didn't pit, I'm like, you just threw away the top 2 positions. That was dumb.
Yeah, Hamilton even said something on the radio. He said one of us should have pitted right there.
Yeah, well, you had to. When Mercedes pitted, when both Mercedes pitted, one of the Ferraris had to pit to cover them. And I just don't understand what's going on with Ferrari. Last year, all season long, they made bad strategy calls in the pit. And Australia, right off the bat, they did it again. I'm just like, whoever their strategist is there, they need to go and like kick that dude in the nuts and reset him.
So I think that'll take us over to NASCAR. The O'Reilly Xfinity Busch Grand National Series. Fairly interesting race. Our buddy Creed ran up front for a bit.
Yes, he did. Showed a lot of power.
Couldn't quite get it done. Had some tough luck in the pits once. But it was a fun race to watch. But in other O'Reilly's news, a driver announced his ride with Richard Childress Racing. Go ahead, Neildon.
That he is now a paid professional race car driver. He is on a 2-year deal for $1. That's paid. That's a professional race car driver for 3 races, pending approval from the people at B. Rockingham is going to be his first race in the O'Reilly blah, 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 blah series, whatever it is, with Daytona and Talladega being the other 2. The sponsor is Tommy's Express Car Wash, which he is building one with his brother. And if you guys don't know who we're talking about the one, the only, the Mr. Cleetus McFarland. So he is still doing his ARCA deal. He's still hoping that George will be able to join him at Talladega so they can shake and bake in the ARCA cars. He announced he and George are buying late model cars. I don't remember the manufacturer right now, but it's up there by NASCAR land. So they're planning. I could definitely see more late model races happening at the Freedom Factory. Right now, he only has, I think, 2 a year. but I see him needing seat time. Everyone telling him you need seat time, not sim time. Take advantage of the sim, but get your butt in a seat and not in a Crown Vic in a real race car with other, late models. So I could definitely see the schedule at the Freedom Factory filling up with more late model races. I think it's a good thing for the sport. Um, I have to give it to Dylan. I think it was Ty that brought Cletus in and said, "Hey, I got an idea. You have fans, we have fans. I think there could be the same fans. How would you like to?" Blah. This week he did a whole almost, I think it was almost an hour video on RCR and going through the different buildings and the different stages. And myself, I think I like the ECR tour the best out of what was on his video. And ECR is Earnhardt Childress Racing. So that was Senior and Richard going together for the engine program. Their standard for themselves between their engines and customer engines is 1/4 of a horsepower. So I think they said they have something like 12 teams they supply motors to in the ARCA series or in the O'Reilly series. And the motor that's in their car is within 1/4 horsepower on the dyno to any other motor that they supply. And apparently Richard more than once has gone, "Hey, grab that motor. Take that out of our car. Go put it in John's. You grab his motor." And one says, "We cheat," and you watch this. Just take that out. Take that out. Put it over there. So I think it's a really great opportunity for Cletus. I think it's a really good opportunity for NASCAR. The ones that are poo-pooing it, Freddie Kraft is poo-pooing it. Kyle Busch poo-pooed it a little bit. Poo-poo away, guys.
Well,
Everyone started somewhere.
I'm gonna poo-poo because he wasn't ready for his truck start. He is not ready for an O'Reilly start. Now, I'm a Cletus fan. Met the man, talked to him. He's a great dude. He's a hell of a talented race car driver. But I'm going to agree with what Kyle Busch said. There's some irony there that we can go into in a second. That he needs more seasoning in some late models. Hell, even a Legends car would probably help the guy out. And get a little bit more under his belt before he's jumping in the big leagues. And the accusations are true. He is in the big leagues because he's a big YouTuber. But that's the world we live in today. That's the Jake Paul, Logan Paul deal. When you're getting clicks and getting views, then sponsors want you. And if you get enough sponsors, aka dollars, somebody's gonna put you in a car.
The way he put it was
apparel too. T-shirt sales are going to go through the roof for RCR.
Yeah. Well, and like he said, I have my marketing figured out. I have to figure out how to be a race car driver. There's plenty of drivers I can't figure out how to do marketing. So yeah, is he coming into it bass backwards? Yeah. Is the whole sport going to come up because of it? 100%.
No,
even if he ranks, the way, what was it? He was talking to Harvick. Harvick's first 500, he took out 23 cars in his first Daytona 500. Because he's trying to be like Jeff Gordon and took out the field. So you can't get mad at the guy when he wrecks the truck and takes out nobody.
No, but
right?
What they're saying about him is true. He's not ready. Now that's not saying he can't get ready, because I think he can.
Nobody's ready until you get there.
Yeah. And everybody's saying, well, he took the YouTube shortcut, and then people say, well, do you know how hard it is to have a YouTube channel that's successful?
Yeah.
That's not the point. The point is, from a race car driver point of view, he hasn't paid his dues yet. And until he does, this shit's going to keep happening. And you're going to get into a war between Cletus fans, who are rabid. Some of the craziest fans.
Oh, for sure.
Seen. They're going to get a war between Cletus fans and NASCAR fans. And I hope he doesn't fall into the trap that Bubba Wallace fell in. Oh, he's newsboy, he's no good, this and that. I want him to succeed, and I want him to do well. And before the haters, get fully on board against him.
Well, didn't somebody else do that not too long ago? Travis Pastrana or somebody?
Mm-hmm.
You could say the same thing about Travis as you can about Cletus. They get there because of the eyeballs and the attention and the clicks.
Yeah.
And they're both talented race car drivers. Travis deserves to be on that track with those drivers. If he did it full time and that was his only gig, he'd be a heck of a lot better at it than he is. Same with Cletus. If he did it full time and that was his only gig, he'd be a heck of a lot better than he is. Neither one of those guys are going to stop what they're doing in their quote unquote day jobs to be a full-time NASCAR driver, and that's all they do. Because the money that Cletus would make winning races in NASCAR is a drop in the bucket compared to what he does through his I won't say YouTube money, but with sponsors and teamwork and you know, activations and partners. He's done really well for himself. He has made himself a multimillionaire through social media.
And partnerships and business. I mean, let's not forget, he has some very smart business people around him, like Alan. Came on as a mentor for him when he was really young.
His dad, too. His dad has given him some really good advice.
So he's I mean, he could probably retire now and not have to work again just from his other ventures he has going.
At what, 26, 27 years old, something like that?
Maybe. He's definitely not 30.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not hating on the guy. I like the guy. But he could do himself a favor by getting a late model and hitting a bunch of late model races besides the Freedom Factory. He needs to get out and run some real races at real tracks against real drivers and get his ass handed to him, because that's going to happen.
Well, do you remember when he did the late model test or race he did a while back?
Yeah, at Freedom Factory.
One of the RCR guys was pitted next to him and picked his ass end up and carried him all the way down the front stretch before he sent him back down. Went, oh shit, this guy can drive.
Yeah,
I mean, at your own track you can drive, but go travel the country and race at some tracks you've never seen before and see what happens.
Well, and there's a ton of tracks down in Florida where he can race late models against some really good drivers. But like I said, against those really good drivers, he's going to get the shit kicked out of him. You know, because he's not in their league. There's some late model drivers down that area that would be winning cup drivers, just haven't got the attention.
They can't figure out marketing.
Oh, well, they don't have the money.
Yeah. But you know, he needs to get his ass handed to him a few times. But even in that test that he did at Freedom Factory, in a reasonably competitive late model, he showed he was a fish out of water.
Yeah. And he's admitted, I need more real time. And the competition level was higher than he expected when he got the trucks. Because they were going 90% on lap one. I mean, 3 wide by the time they got to turn 1. He's like, oh crap, these guys are on it already.
Yeah, and he was going 100% trying to keep up.
120% trying to keep up.
But at the same time, if any of us got a phone call tomorrow and said, hey, I got a rally car for you to drive, we'd all say yes.
Yeah.
Except for
I'm not gonna turn down an opportunity.
We'd probably all crash it too.
Yeah. I go, well, that was fun up until the hit.
I drove that all the way to the scene of the accident.
That motor was a screamer till the wall knocked it out.
I'll hang out in the back of the hill or whatever his name is, way off the pace. I won't wreck the motherfucker. I'll drive it, though.
Yeah,
so be fast, but we'll go with it. Be like Talladega Nights when they go by. What was that? That was the pack. Shit.
Yeah, we'd all do it. They ain't one of us that wouldn't. So.
Where's Mama?
The dirt track racer won the race at Phoenix, though.
No, a mustache won.
No.
There was a person attached to it, but the mustache won.
With a caterpillar crawling across his face.
Dude, how do you race that many hours? Get out and just perfect.
Yeah. And
his bullet was in good shape.
How does it have a mustache that thick? That man
fit in the helmet.
He has body hair on his body hair.
It was gorgeous. Gorgeous, Ryan. Gorgeous. I tell you, just a little sprinkle on there. It's gorgeous, buddy. Don't shave it off. It looks great.
His wife loves it, reportedly.
Yes, honey.
But
can I see your tooth? I haven't seen
I won't say he dominated the race, but he had one of the fastest cars.
Look at that.
Was surprisingly fast.
Okay.
Christopher Bell, I think, was the class of the field and got caught up in some bad strategy.
I think the tooth fairy gets the whole bunny, or do you think it just gets the tooth?
Yeah.
I was wondering when somebody was going to mute the guy.
Ty Gibbs said some very pointed comments on his post-race interview that were clearly directed at Chris Gabehart. He got out and said, "I'm with the right guys. I love my team. I love my guys." He did try to kill his cousin, though. They did a 2-tire stop, and his cousin was the jackman, and he had to leap over the hood of Ty Gibbs' car to get out of the way. So that would be Jackson Gibbs, his cousin.
No, sir. That would be front tire carrier.
Front tire carrier? Okay.
Yeah.
It's still his
And it looked spectacular. Like they had trained to do that. That wasn't the first time he came out that early.
But it's funny, they interviewed Jackson, and he says, "Yeah, he's trying to kill me."
Yeah, but he was getting that spot.
You're too slow. Hurry it up.
having been hit on pit road by a race car in a truck race, I will tell you, it ain't any fun.
Well, usually when something's a lot bigger than you are, comes in contact with you, and it's moving and you're not, it's usually not fun.
Well, as we all know, I am not a small feller, and as I was about to get hit, I jumped up in the air, because that's what they train you to do. Get your feet off the ground so that you're just
How
tossed.
high did you jump?
Yeah, just versus having your feet planted and, breaking bones. And the thing
Make your ankle short.
Yeah, the thing I was worried about as I was flying through the air was I was going to put the jack handle through the windshield.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to twist my body around to get the jack away from it. I slid across the hood, went down the other side.
You ballerina.
Stuck the jack under. Oh, I was a hell of a lot more flexible then than I am now. Stuck the jack under it. We did the stop, and it was Kenny Irwin, who, if anybody remembers the late Kenny Irwin, rest in peace. He had a very high voice. And he comes on the radio. Is that guy okay?
Are you dead, man?
You did? Nope.
Yeah. He was
cool runnings reference there.
Freaked out, and he would not calm down until I actually had to get on the radio and say, "Hey, man, I'm fine. Just go race." He had to hear my voice, so it was kind of cool. For
Fred, you did?
But no, it was a very good race. Congratulations to Team Penske. Not only did they win NASCAR at Phoenix, they also won IndyCar with Joseph Newgarden. So it was an interesting dichotomy in the pits. On Friday or Saturday IndyCar race, all the NASCAR drivers were watching the IndyCar race. They were on pit boxes with buddies, friends, and stuff like that, watching them race. And then Sunday, the script flipped. All the Indy guys stayed around to watch the NASCAR drivers race. So, one's going, wow, look how fast he goes in the corner. The other one, why are they going so slow? Is it green yet?
Yeah, but the one thing the NASCAR guys were doing that the Indy car guys weren't is they were going like 10 wide, cutting in that.
Oh, I love
Dogleg.
that. I love that you cut the Dogleg.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that during the race.
Good
NASCAR
job.
could do something interesting with that if they wanted to. Paint that Dogleg with paint that's just a little bit slicker than the racetrack. I'm not talking about ice skating rink, but make it lose some traction.
Well, I just say pinch that.
Well, it's not always the fastest, though.
Well, pinch that corner up and make them stay within the lines going around the corner and just narrow it up right there.
I don't want that. I love when they go 10 wide.
Sitting there watching
when they do that.
It's awesome watching it live. And you watch some guys make some hay on the outside. Some guys cut the Dogleg and make, just a little bit. The crazy thing is how it's spectacular to watch. It's very dynamic to the eyes. But as far as the actual speed, they branch off and then they merge back together. And they're a half a car, sometimes a car difference, and that's it. Because they lose so much getting off and on the baking.
You see that guy coming up and you're like, dude, okay.
Whoa.
I don't know how the spotters figure out where the guy's going to end up.
Yeah. Outside. inside.
There's cars
Sometimes you
everywhere.
get it wrong.
Just hold her straight, bud.
If you're going to
Sometimes you're wrong. You look down on the wall.
use your mirror.
Kyle Busch had a rough race. He blew 2 tires and hit the wall at least twice.
I think he needs some more experience before he goes to Cup.
And the internet, the internet did not forget that he had something to say about Cleetus McFarland.
Cleetus fans are ravage.
And they let him know.
Yeah.
You know, hey, maybe let your son drive. Or I bet Cletus's son could have kept it off the wall. It was hilarious reading the comments.
Nothing like pouring salt in a wound, because you know Kyle Busch, when he has a bad race, that dude is hot.
Yeah, he.
Was it Daytona? Yes.
Yeah, the internet always wins.
I don't know. I'm here because NASCAR told me to be here.
Yeah, the internet wins because you can hide behind the screen, but most of those
I'm here
folks
because NASCAR told me to be here.
aren't going to go to Kyle Busch and say, "Hey, bud."
I'm here because NASCAR said I had to be here. Yeah. That's one of my favorite interviews with him ever.
If they ever invent an internet throat punch button on the computer,
Ooh. I'll get some. I'll have some too.
All right.
What else we got?
I think that's it.
You raced RC cars. How'd you do?
I did race RC cars. I raced at the track that I call at. I raced NASCAR on road. 14 of us showed up. I qualified 8th and finished 3rd.
Can't beat that with a stick.
No, not too bad for a dumb white kid from the South.
Well, you might need some more seasoning, as they would say.
Hey, Brandon.
Maybe you should
I ran the outside line.
I don't believe it.
Late
Videos or it didn't happen.
All right. I'm going to issue a challenge next week. Actually, I'm going to issue 2 challenges. I challenge CJ Marin to come on the podcast with us.
Uh-oh.
I know he listens, so you heard it here first. The other challenge I'm going to issue is for John Bridger and Thomas Soper to come on the podcast with
us. Well, shit.
Whoops.
And CJ, I am not a hater. I am a fan of yours.
We'll talk about that next week on the podcast, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
What's the over/under on Soper and Bridger showing up on Monday?
Both?
I don't think Bridger's going to show. Bridger's still got stuff going on.
He's still got work stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, you can catch us on Facebook at Dirty Sliders, Instagram dirty.sliders, the Tweeter machine at Dirty Sliders, and patreon.com/Dirty Slider Podcast. You can support us there for as little as $1 a month. You can buy stickers, shirts. Ask real nice. Neil will design and 3D print something for you.
10mm socket.
Brandon, you got yours, yeah?
I did, and I actually don't have it sitting next to me. I was going to bring it on here and set it right here so we could show off your fancy artwork.
I was just making sure you got it.
Please like, comment, subscribe, share our podcast with a friend.
We'll make Thomas come back on here and give him a limit of time again.
We could use all the help we can get. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.